many roads must a man walk down? Game theory was developed in the 30s. It sort of struck a chord. It took off, one might say, shortly after World War II, mainly with military applications. In the 50s, it was used for international relations, 50s and 60s. But the most important figures in the genesis of game theory were Oscar Morgenstern and John von Neumann. Morgenstern was an economist and von Neumann a mathematician, and they got together and created this theory. They wrote a book called The Theory of Games and Economic Behavior. So right away over there, there was the connection with economics was established. So it's not my theory. But I did make some contributions to it, which were recognized by the Nobel Committee. I think they awarded the prize for my work on repeated games. So this is interactive situations where you interact with the same person or persons again and again, 1 year after the next, 1 day after the next. The important insight which I sort of formalized and gave a sound basis to this insight is that in a repeated interaction, you are more likely to cooperate with the other players. It leads to a better relationship with the other players than in a one-time interaction. In game theory, what matters is what the people want, yes? If they are interested only in now, and they're not interested in tomorrow, yeah, then you have a short-term interaction, basically, even though you will continue interacting in the future, but you look at it as if it was a short-term interaction. Then the basis for cooperation evaporates. In my speech in Stockholm, which was entitled War and Peace, and it's the speech I gave at the time that I got the Nobel Prize, I said that war is rational. And in order to understand it and to prevent war, we have to understand that it is rational. We will not be able to conquer war before we understand that, yes, before we understand that people go to war to further their interests, and they are not crazy. Before we can get to a peaceful world, we have to understand that people go to war to further their interests and to further the interests of the nations in which that they represent. What made cooperation between Russia and the United States possible were those bombers in the air. It doesn't sound right that by having bombers in the air you'll get cooperation. But it is right, because that is what prevented Russia and the United States from attacking each other. There were bombers in the air which said, hey, you attack me, I'm going to attack you. So let's not attack each other. We're ready to do it. We're ready to do it right now, okay? But since we're ready to do it, we're not going to do it. The Jewish people place a lot of emphasis on study. Torah study, studying the Torah is considered the #1 value among Jewish people. There's nothing more important. That is not so much the case with other cultures. So I think this may have been a major reason for the intellectual bent of the Jewish people. I do have a formula to success, and it is do what you like. Do what you like. That doesn't mean do anything you want to do. But in order to choose what to do, ask yourself first what you like. Because what you like, you're going to be good at. And what you're going to be good at, you'll be successful at.